boys and girls.
Hello all. Hello all. Hello ALL. Come on.
Do you know there's always so men are always shelly. That's actually what is always going on in this platform. Let me not lie to you.
Hello ALL. Come on. I think they're going to love it. Guys, you know you love it. Don't pretend. You know you love
they
it.
tolerate a lot of things.
No. I think they're going to love this one.
I think most people are just where I am. I'm having green tea. I'm relaxing. I'm drinking a cocktail.
Yeah.
Do you know, this is the vibe. What you are on is actually a separate one. Okay?
I'm not going to pretend to ask you, what have you been up to? Because we both know.
We know everything we've been up to. Please, let's hear what.
So there's no need for that.
Anyway, I'm enjoying this garment.
Yes. Saji bought it for us.
Saji sent us some
Saji sent us clothes.
Do you know that sometimes, or now that Saji's episode is out, you guys now know, sometimes I feel bad, but I also don't about how many things I allow Saji to do for us.
But he asks.
It's really bad.
He's always just like,
do you know what I always do? Let's say I want slippers. I said, Saji, do you know anybody that sells slippers?
And you buy it, Abby.
Oh, man. Anyway, Saji, out of the blue.
Yes, he just like, and this is what he does, right?
What's the size?
What's your size?
What's the size?
What's your size?
I said, what?
And we said what? He said, size.
What's the size? Today you said, what's your measurements? I said, for what? She said, all your measurements. And I was like, dude. Anyway, these are lovely. Yeah. I'm quite enjoying them.
So she got them from a friend of his, Gabriel Tosh.
Lovely.
And I think they are really cute. Let me tell you how Fakemi tries to pretend she's not my twin, but we are. Do you know why? Because we thought we were both creative.
We did.
So he asked
what number do we want to put at the back, and we both put our birthdays like clowns. When I saw Jola's, and I just thought, fuck, why is it? People are going to think that we planned.
We really
this
did.
P. And I was
even the color.
I knew.
I assumed you would pick gold.
The thing is, I thought that I knew you would pick pink, but I just thought maybe she wants to be different. The thing is, the pink was actually the nicest.
No, it's so cute.
So there was no other. I was going to pick another color, and then I thought, meh, this is cute. This is cute. This is a vibe.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, lovely time.
Since we're not talking about what we've been up to, so let me pretend that this podcast is deep. What are you excited about?
No, can I say what my friends actually ask? How's your soul? Do you know that every time we go for brunch or something, I'm always.
Are you serious? Your friends say how's your soul?
But you know this to be true.
Okay. But every time, really?
Most of the time. Unless we're doing it as in out, doing a stupid thing. Once we gather and it's once you're not drinking cocktails, you're drinking wine. Like a demure, mindful.
Cutesy.
Yeah. Once it's a dining table gathering, someone is always just so how are you guys really? How's your soul? What's going on?
I think it's because I'm not
I've sat down with my friends and we've done highlights and lowlights. It's really embarrassing.
Because I'm not 100% sober, I can't say how, because my soul is feeling great. I can't lie to you. At the moment, wow.
Yeah, your soul is under the influence.
Yes, so
that's not real.
That's not real, I know, but I can't answer that question right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel quite good because I'm still very scared, but I started making proactive steps towards a future that I didn't actually originally want. Yeah.
That was very deep.
I know.
What's the meaning of breaking down what you said?
Okay,
now?
So my original idea was to always be in Nigeria 100% of the time and only go for breaks.
When was that?
No, that was what I wanted for the most part. Travel to me was always going to be based on
Dude, we always spoke about you're gonna do a couple of weeks in LA or something.
Yes, but now it's more substantial.
Okay, fair.
So
you're moving.
No, not moving.
Just scatter this podcast. Just scatter. No. Just scatter. This is always how friendship. This is it.
Can I move?
No. This is what happens. This is what people are writing all these dilemmas that their friend moved to England. They didn't tell them. Is this what she does it now? Because she said more substantial. Okay, substantial as how?
Please, can you relax?
Okay, if this podcast ends, look at it.
No, it's not that. It's just so I'm a British citizen, yes. But I don't live my life. No, I'm explaining now. Don't do me like this. But we both don't live our lives as if we have lives there. You know what I mean now?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, and because now I'm thinking about my ideal life, and Nigeria unfortunately is just I'm giving Nigeria everything I have, and it's just law.
It's telling me long.
It's just like long. So now, like I'm genuinely being like, okay, what does it look like if I'm doing 2 months in Lagos and 1 month in London?
Yeah.
So like, what does that look like? And I'm starting.
How do you actually realistically?
And it's really scary because it's all this stuff like, oh, what's your credit score looking like? And if you want to get a mortgage, what does that look like? If you want to live somewhere, if you want to start working, how are you going to pay tax? Like, what does your community look? All of that stuff is really scary.
Like
for
day
me.
to day, actually,
Yeah.
if you're living there.
Yeah. And so I'm starting to think about it and like make plans. Or not, it's not even like, oh, I'm signing anything. It's just like, okay, you're like, yes, you know what I mean. So it's that, and I'm really, really afraid. I can't lie.
You know, I think about it sometimes, but like sometimes I honestly just think and I'm like, there are a few things that my parents did that are really just what is helping my life. Number one, they gave birth to me inside the country of the Queen. One. Number two, they got accommodation. Because those two things on its own,
honestly, it's like the
way the landing is such, even for other people. So like I have a friend who went and was like, oh, where's she gonna stay? Where's she gonna stay? I was like, yeah, nobody's inside my house. It's like, and she was like, she was just there she was like, the way this thing has like changed, the fact that I can just come, stay, go. So I'm like, not even just for me, like even for other people it's crazy. So I feel like we have a softer landing slightly, but then it doesn't, my problem in life. My problem in life is that if I want to be super comfortable, like where I am now, I can be.
Yeah.
But that's not the life I want.
So
lifestyle cost.
Not just lifestyle, but I think it's also like...
My own is lifestyle.
Not just lifestyle. Let me tell you why I disagree with you that it's lifestyle. Because you're doing okay.
I am.
But because I know you personally, I'll give you a very normal example. If a Kemi comes home with a B, on average, that's like a good grade. But it's not for a Kemi at all.
Yeah.
Internally, even if everyone's like, oh, well done, So I feel like what it is, Nigeria is making me live in terms of like what I'm able to do. And I don't mean my lifestyle. I mean like my capacity as a human being.
Right.
I'm a B student.
Yeah.
Knowing fully what I can be an A star.
Yeah, actually an A-star student. That is 100%.
Yes.
But let me tell you my fear. My fear is that in Nigeria, I feel like even with all the shit in Nigeria, I'm like a medium fish in like a big pond. In England, you're fucking nobody.
I don't mind.
That's what I'm saying. So my challenge is that...
Well, forgive me. Oh, finish.
My challenge sometimes is that now I have all the tools to be an A-star student. What if I get there and realize
I disagree. I think fundamentally the thing is, I think you don't believe in your capacity because a lot of things come... I think things that come naturally to you, you don't acknowledge.
I agree.
Yeah. So I think you are under the assumption that starting again for you is going to be tougher because you think of all those things you have already as, oh no, but I didn't like grind super hard for them, so maybe they are not valid. But the way I think of it is that it's not a level playing field at all, but you're building in a space that is more likely to reward your effort.
Right. Later.
Much later or even earlier. But the point of it is that I feel less afraid. I used to be really, really afraid to think of
like change.
Yeah, of change and stuff. And I'm not as afraid. It's just me being a bit more like, oh, okay. So Jola, what are your actual options? Because obviously I don't want the podcast to end. So I have to think about like, how are we going to be able to do it to make sure that this continues?
But the truth of what I keep realizing, there are ways.
Yeah, no, so that's my thing. Like there'll be ways. But my thing now is like, okay, thinking broadly, like all the things, there's what I like, there's what I'm good at, and there's what makes me money. And where did those Venn diagrams meet? Nigeria doesn't help. No, it doesn't. Let me not lie. A lot of times I look at not just like the one that is the most jarring is like for the podcast. I say it all the time. If we're a podcast anywhere else, just the same way we are, the life we'll be living. No, see, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. One of the biggest podcasts that I listen to, I won't say the name, that is like American. On Twitter, the guy tweeted something. That was that year when I was tweeting. The guy tweeted something and I replied. And then he DM'd me and goes, I randomly saw your reply and just clicked your profile, like just for no reason. Like at that time, you could not buy blue tick. And shout out to all of you that now have it. Well done.
and he was like, oh, I just randomly, I was like, oh, who's this? Like, I don't really know people he's white. Like, I don't know people from Nigeria. Clicked it and was like, oh, they have a podcast as well. Obviously, I have a podcast because I replied about his podcast. And then he was like, I checked, he was like, whoa. He now DM'd me being like, because he has a business podcast and they like break down different businesses. So when he messaged me like literally 10 questions, I knew that he just being himself. And he was just asking like, oh my gosh, like, numbers, this one, that one, like, this is crazy. You guys are huge, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, yes, but it's very different. Because he was like, oh, it took us this amount of time to reach this number, this amount of time to reach this listenership, blah, blah, blah. And you guys like back, like your engagement's crazy. He kept going on and on and on. And he was like, wow. He literally, when I said, you guys must be doing like $1.2, $1.5 million a year.
I want to put it to you.
I didn't want to now break his heart because Baba don't do our analysis, calculations. He has done charts. He went to all this Chartable. He went to Chartable. He saw how much they're charging for podcasts, sponsors, this one. And he said, oh, Africa's the next frontier.
Okay.
I said, is the what? Frontier. He now asked me how much of our audience outside Africa. I was like, about half. He was like, oh my God, this is just so varied, so dynamic. Calculated plenty things. He now goes, sorry, if you don't mind me asking, like, obviously you listen to our podcast just on the number. So when he now did all these plenty calculations, he now said, is he close? Like, or is it like a lot more?
Oh, he couldn't imagine it being lower. Wow, I'm sure you were just there like,
Because he was like, oh, you have such a huge following. I didn't want to explain to him, have you heard of Insats? I said, I was now thinking of how to like say it in a way that doesn't make him feel
a way.
And then what I wanted to know is that when I said that was not the case, he did not reply. Because him too, he must have been shy. Yeah. Just like, what, let's just
leave it where it is.
I said 1.2 million what? Per year?
Not per lifetime.
But what I then realized was like, in America, a mid-tier podcast is making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not on like specific brand deals, just by joining like an ad network, like a random podcast ad network. Because what happens is they just have a calculation. Every 10, 20,000 followers is this amount. So basically, like if you are nationwide or regional, there's this amount. That's just it. It is a numbers game. It's like how how much people earn if you stream XYZ on Spotify. That's just what it is. And if you're on certain podcast network, ad networks or whatever, they just know how much you're getting paid from the number. So that's all this calculation.
That's what he was using it to do. Hey, yo.
He said Africa is the frontier.
Front what?
So and sometimes I'm just like, oh, why did we do such a mistake?
All right, boys and girls, this fantastic episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by AfriChange.
AfriChange is the easiest way to send money across Africa and internationally everywhere.
There are very low fees, no processing time, if any, very tiny, and you get loyalty points the more you use.
Yes. If you are in Nigeria, you can pay your bills in Canada. You can send money to Canada.
Exactly.
You can also pay your school fees in Canada directly from Nigeria in Naira. If you are in Canada, you can send money to many, many countries all over the world.
All right, guys, so get to supporting people who support us. Enjoy AfriChange and enjoy the rest of the episode.
That is africhange.com.
No, I think, do you know what? Actually, I think maybe now would be a good time because we keep looking for a right time and I don't think it's going to come.
To do what?
No. So, Fake and we started this podcast when we were 26, I think, 25 and 26. And we were literally just, that was the real definition of shits and gigs. Me and this stupid girl did not know what we were doing. We were just playing.
It was not so funny, man. You guys don't understand that 2 months will pass. We'll not
do anything. They'll be calling us on the studio like how far?
We might be like attacked on the streets.
No. We were just playing around. But what I want to talk about is that we've grown and our problems have changed. And I don't mean in a bad way. Like the things that we're thinking about have changed. Fakemi and I were so naive and excitable.
Yes, we had no idea.
We had no clue. But we've been wanting to do something, right, with our community because even the dilemmas we've gotten have changed. So we're like, oh, like grown-upicity needs to be a thing. And we've been talking about this thing literally since the beginning of this season. Literally,
we've still
since the beginning of this season. So grown-upicity is literally grown people shit.
Like we're just like, look, we're adulting.
We're adulting now.
And like a lot of times I feel like there's so many events and things for other things, but like I'm talking about the core of adulting.
Yeah, even
all
like
the if you just think about the problems of adulting.
Yeah, and a lot of stuff that you just make mistakes because you don't know. So there's like so for him and I like business and working and making money, but there's a lot of stuff that I said what I said in and of itself is so much fun. We don't want to change that, but we need bits of I said what I said that can cater to, okay, I'm running a business. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm making certain mistakes. Okay, is this business really profitable or is it pretty?
Like who's going to
how do I
So like, how do I do proper accounting? How do I hire? What is like legal? Just grown things. Grown things.
I want to buy a second-hand car. What makes sense?
Like, as in all this, you're looking for pencils cut.
I don't have money. I want to start off my work wardrobe. I have 10K. I want to go and buy thrift. What should I do?
That's what
just like grown people.
So grown-upicity is honestly like, I guess content events, just grown things.
Grown
like,
people
as
shit.
in dull, grown, as in I want to review my monthly state. Grown things. Just adults. Yeah. Like you have to move into places.
I'm moving abroad and I don't know. Apparently there's something called a catchment area. What does that mean? Where should I move to? What is best for my kids? What's best for me?
Career
women
path,
shit.
Trajectory.
My credit score. Just grown shit.
Just like proper things. Like we're adults.
What should I ask my gynecologist?
Right.
How do I register for a hospital? Like grown women shit.
How often should I be getting tests? Just like proper.
And even though when people say, oh, get tested. Which test?
Which test? Which of the
tests?
Like actual adult business.
Yeah. And so we've been, I shit you not, literally before we started this season, Fakim and I had a whole meeting. Sat and I was like,
well, like these are the plans.
Then Fakim and I were like, okay, we need to get a pencil skirt to do the announcement. I want to go. The clothes are in my house.
No, we have blazer.
We have the baths.
You don't understand.
Bought pencil dress.
Corporate wears.
He said, oh, I borrowed my daddy's briefcase, so we'll shoot this in the library. Then we'll do another one in Fakim. Because we wanted to like do a whole announcement. Episode 29 don't reach, don't pass.
We've not
done it. So I think we'll cut this part out and like explain to you guys. But that's going to be a thing now because even there are some people that we know that as guests on the podcast is grown people shit.
Yeah.
Like we have friends that are running businesses that
like it's serious.
It's not funny. It's not
like,
funny. Nothing
when they come,
funny.
we cannot. You're like, okay, no, this
there's
is for
banter.
This for, but like this is proper. These are proper things.
But to do the best, to get the most out of it,
you have to actually settle down.
You have to settle down and ask them like, okay, how far? Yeah. Let's talk about this thing really. So we're going to start grown-upicity properly. We've just been wasting time because we just felt it needs to be a thing.
That's just the problem. That's just the problem. We want to do things at such a high level. Well, that sometimes, especially for me, sometimes I'm just like, I'd rather not do it.
Yes, all the time. That happens
honestly,
all the time.
Is a scam.
We need to start like trying because I know I've mentioned this thing to maybe I'm online like 20 people and they're all within our.
Everyone is always excited.
But they're like, okay, so what's holding you back? I said, oh, we just need to do the announcement. And I can see them partially being like, you dumb fuck. But they can't say that. So they're like, oh, okay. Like, you know what? Sure.
Do you know,
that's what we're going with.
All our friends just think we're like chukas. They're just like, the thing about you guys is that you don't even understand what is going on.
Yeah.
You people keep thinking that like, you're not who you are. And so you're always just
playing and
leaving money.
And
like,
leaving things
you're constantly leaving money on the table.
Even some of the like people that I've met. So I'm very surprised when I meet people in like my parents' generation or my uncles that listen. And when I say, oh, would you come on to talk about your business? A part of them is like worried because they are not fun.
Yeah.
Right? They're not, or your life story, right? They are not fun. But they have banter, but it's not to the, I said degree, but I know that it will be so fucking useful. And so, like,
and a lot of times I'm like, guys, we need news. So, like, look, we're making money. Okay,
and
we're making money.
My own problem, I don't know about making, but my own problem really is because I genuinely am so arrogant. I now understand that good thing about me is I can find money. I don't take care of money very well. I don't. But I'm an adult, honestly. So it's like, girl,
I spend like I'm actually a thief. It's actually really bad, but I've just decided that the solution is to make more money.
Make more. But the whole thing is like, even with making more, so good example, we're having this conversation. I'm like, okay, I was telling my mom, I want to start building like a life in England, like proper. And she was like, oh, so in terms of deciding like where you're going to live, your credit score, how much you need to make. She starts saying this thing and my heart is starting to beat because I'm anxious about.
I'm not like, my credit score is shit. I checked it the other day. I have to be honest with you about that. So one of our friends recommended, like he sent me, you know what I'm talking about, he likes watches. He sent me the referral link from his own credit card. And so when I filled out the application, I feel like just because it came from his link, which is platinum one thing, they just felt that I would be like a top client.
Yeah, and oh no.
Because they emailed me.
Oh, honey. Yeah. But the point is that even, all this stuff, half of it is the intimidation.
It is.
Saying it is not that.
Because they emailed me that, obviously because this came from this tier of client, we want to be able to, because I was like, I don't have a credit card. I've never had one. I want to just know what's happening. This or that. But like my credit score is not, but because of the referral, they're just going to Kiniko. I said, okay, this is my credit score. Why?
Yeah, so even all that kind of stuff, it's just important. Anyway, grownupicity is about to become a thing and I'm very, very excited. Welcome to it, guys, and it's going to be fun. Maybe we'll make it all this new channel, new newsletter, whatever, just so that if you don't want to see it, you won't have to see it, but it'll be there. But a part of me really feels like, genuinely, it's not every day play. Sometimes, like, let's know what we're doing.
You know the thing, I'm actually a very serious person. I'm actually not. But like, I listen to very serious things. Like all my like content that I consume in life is so serious. Like I don't listen to any podcast apart, like as in outside our own or like the seats that they're playing there. Serious, or like Esther Perel, serious therapy, serious business, just serious, just mental problems, money, world domination, economics. Yes.
No, fair enough. But that's on that. Let's get into some dilemmas, but I'm genuinely excited. Now Debbie has even more work, so does Najiti and Teresa, but wow.
Love that.
There you go. Good luck, guys. Here we are. As for Rotimi, so sorry. You guys, our video director, he's tired. Anyway, you see Rotimi, like when your aunties don't realize you've grown and they're still squeezing small money in your hand. Just squeeze the money in his hand and let him be going because he's going through a lot. First of all, he works with all babes, women everywhere, women. So his mood has to be, we'll just be there shouting, erratic. Rotimi has to stay stable. And then our demands, wow. Our demand, Rotimi, in the middle of this video, please make Oprah appear. When she appears, let her heart explode. When she finishes exploding, Fakemi will come out of the blood. And say, hi all. Guy is tired.
So guys, if you are looking for a low-risk investment you can trust, please have no fears in trying treasury bills, which you can get on Bamboo, Nigerian treasury bills to be specific. So for as low as 10,000 Naira, you can get 18% returns, which is a great idea for those of you who are thinking that, I'm not yet sure of how to put my money or where to put my money. I'm a bit iffy about some of the stuff that I don't really understand. It's pretty simple. You can do your Googles and get taking control of your future. All right, guys, back to the episode.
But yeah, dilemmas. Our first one comes from somebody that calls themselves Jol's baby girl. Who says, hello, ladies. I absolutely love the pod and the sanity you bring. Oh, sanity?
Wow.
Okay. This might be a long one. So I'm in sort of a safety net situationship. My mom's friend tried matching me to his son. I told my mom I wasn't interested. I don't know how the conversation went between my mom's friend and his son, but I'm under the impression that said friend is pushing this boy to move to me. Mind you, I haven't met him before. I have an uncle-niece relationship with my mom's friend, and so whenever we talk and he asks about if I hear from his son, I tell him yes, because I don't want him to go and start shouting on him about not contacting me. And I don't want the boy to feel like I've reported him to his dad or give him the impression that I'd really like it if he contacted me, because that's really not the case. On the flip side, it annoys me that this stupid boy is using me as a ploy to enjoy peace of mind from his own father. I feel like calling him out and ending this thing of being a safety net, but I don't want to seem rude or weird or be interpreted badly. Please help me. You know what I think you should do? Have you seen that TikTok where it says, how do you feel about an alliance? He can't enjoy the benefits of this thing when he
can't. No, he can't.
You have to come to be like...
You guys need to both come together.
You need to be like...
And find how you're going to extort the situation.
Exactly. I am enjoying... I don't like you. You don't like me. but our parents need to feel like we're making an attempt.
And so I feel like we can have a great time.
So we need to have a timeline and a story.
And we need to like, something needs to happen, but not like in a bad way where like you break my heart or I break your heart. But we need to have like a story arc. Come, you guys are watching rom-coms now. You need to get, fall in love, have a moment, go to an event where both your parents are at, have a good time, and then all of a sudden something will happen. And when that thing happens, everybody's just going to be... You need something that will happen that even your parents will be like, it's true. I don't think this thing can really work.
Yeah, but you just need to involve him in the plan.
You do.
Don't worry.
And like, again, I'm a rom-com babe, so what I honestly thought is that's how you gonna fall in love.
Okay, maybe even if you don't, you have a friend.
But like, that's it. And if you don't have a friend, you have a good time.
And if you don't
you guys, use this thing. Let him ask his father for money.
I'm not even trying to be funny.
Then you guys will share the money.
I've been
tell him that he should ask for a budget. For you people are very high. Like,
I've
very
been
high
drinking. I don't have time to be politically correct. If you don't like him, you like one of his friends, girl.
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Okay.
You never know. What can happen.
What's happening.
You never know.
So you can tell him, don't nobody give a fuck about you.
Yeah. But like, what two of you can do is you can move to a Bridgerton P. Two of you can decide that I'm going to set you up. With somebody else. And like two of you can move to that. The problem is that the last time I tried to run down with a man, I was like, the thing is, you keep trying to set me up with yourself. It cannot work. Because I'm like, you're supposed to be introducing me to other people. My bro, why is it only you? I'm always saying, okay, there is...
I have one that's just too juicy.
Okay, go.
It's from FK's Coffee Order, who says, hi, FK and Jola, huge fan. I know you guys must get it a lot at this point, but there's literally no episode I haven't listened to at this point. I love the podcast so much, it feels like listening to friends speak. I save it for my showers and commutes. So on to my dilemma. Apologies if it's a bit long, be cool. This dilemma technically started in 2021. I had just come out of finding out that my ex at the time was cheating on me with my downstairs neighbor. I was freshly single and open to making really bad decisions, clearly. For location, I live in a town in Ireland that's big enough to have a McDonald's and shopping center, but small enough that you kind of know people's business. Anyway, I meet this guy at a house party, and I wasn't really feeling him, but my options were open, I guess. Anyway, a month later, we hooked up and it was extremely disappointing. There are YouTube ads that last longer than this fellow.
Oh my God.
I decided to put it behind me and only told one friend about it. Sadly, it got to one of his friends who told him, my Oga started calling me names, all the names he could think of. Long story short, I hooked up with his best friend. I didn't know who was better, but needed improvements in other areas.
This girl is a thief. A thief and a criminal.
After all this, I saw him on the streets and thought he was his bestie because they look alike. And this is someone that told me that if he saw me on the street, he would beat me. Very insane fellow. Anyway, let's move to 2024. I'm at the bus stop to go to work. I see him and try to ignore him. He comes up to me and starts trying to move to me, almost like he's forgotten who I am. And I try to let him down gently because I genuinely feared this man. I got away with him giving me his number to text because his phone was at repairs. He sees me walking back from work and crossed the street to meet me and asked me to give him his number. I told him I'm not interested though. You know how Nigerian men are, regardless of wherever they are. All this rubbish, yeah, we can be friends though. He keeps texting me and I'm leaving him undelivered. Usually I block him because it's free, but I really worry about him after that 2021 encounter. Again, I live in a small town in Ireland, so we keep bumping into each other. How do I get rid of him?
So, I'm sorry, is he like suffering from amnesia?
I don't know. I think...
Because like, that's what one...
No, do you know what it is, Fakemi?
It's shame.
It's familiarity and laziness.
No, shame is catching him.
No. Mm-mm. He doesn't... See, let me say something about... On average, people don't actually like venture way out of their comfort zone.
No.
They really don't.
But what I'm saying is, has he forgotten that like he already knows his bit?
He thinks that day I did not take manpower.
Yeah. Okay, but just a random sidebar. Yeah. Has that ever happened to you?
You.
No. What I mean is that.
Oh, now. You get me? I want you to start again. Happened to Happened to
first of all, nobody fornicates here. That's number one. That's number one. But like in theory, has that ever happened to you where you kiss somebody
with or without tongue?
Okay, please.
Did I I don't know how you kiss. That's how me I do.
Because the first time and like it was bad. But then somehow, you kissed them again. And it was good. That's what this guy is trying to run. Has that ever happened to you?
Maybe, no.
Okay. If it happens to you, it's a revelation. So maybe that's what this guy is trying to run.
I don't think so. I think like
I honestly think he's pretending like he doesn't know her because of shame. I feel like he's insisting that she talks to him to prove a point. This is my view. I feel like men are insane. And so for him, he's like, I'm going to move to you again afresh. Forget all these ones. And he just wants to show her. And I promise you, if she answers him, what's going to say? You see, I told the people, they're very useless girls. And I honestly think that's
going to say, come and fuck master.
The guy is going to watch YouTube
so
tutorials.
daft.
They're going to spell, what's that thing they were spelling that year?
Coconuts.
He was going to spell.
Teresa, how can you
Teresa said coconuts with, she said it with him. Coconuts. Okay, how do you know? How do you know what they were saying?
How do you know? Small girl like you.
I saw that thing, she's quiet. Coconut. No problem. Well done. I see that's what you're getting. No. It's good that you're getting up to. That's what you're getting up to.
You have one?
I do.
Okay.
That was lovely for you. Coconut.
Do you know how you know that this is how you know you're a fool? I read that thing, stood up. Now, I didn't even waste time to get off my bed. I stood up on my bed and started trying to figure out the movement. Like, okay. Like, what will make this worthwhile? And it just seemed really weird. It just seemed like
it's really weird. Honestly, I feel like you would be able to tell if someone's trying to do that. And I'm like, are you
guys, I want you to
are you okay?
Our social media manager. Now she sat down on her chair and started winding her stupid waist to try and figure it. It's just a weird movement. Like if you start saying like, oh, he's trying to spell coconut.
No, but the thing is, I feel like you'd be able to tell because there'll be a look of concentration on them, and I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, a big fat ugly scammer's ex-babe.
That was I highlighted. Okay, fine. That means that's the last one.
Hi, Jola and FK. So this isn't a dilemma. I just want to get this off my chest.
Okay.
My ex-boyfriend is a fraud, liar, and scammer.
Oh, God.
And I didn't know until he almost scammed me of a chunk of my savings after I introduced the bastard to my family. Plus, whenever my friends ask about him, I'm too embarrassed to explain to them what happened or talk about it. So I just say that he's fine with a smile. It low-key feels good and laughable to talk about this now that I'm done crying and beating myself up because I was at last year. I could have sworn that I've seen it all with men and I could never fall victim of a scam. Anyway, girls, how are you, Jerry?
Well, okay, my dear. Pele. Have you ever been in a romantic situation where, first of all, Pele, genuinely...
Pele, honestly, that's really... Like, I can't like that's really...
There's very little worse than realizing like someone you had genuine affection for
not who
was
they are.
taking you for a ride.
Yeah.
You feel so dumb. And what makes it worse is, in retrospect, you start to put two and two together.
Yeah, and you should have seen certain things that like you wouldn't have seen. Yeah.
And so you want to talk, but the shame won't allow you to talk to your friends. Like, I got scammed in New York. And I've never been able to like
get past it.
I feel so dumb.
It's like I should have seen this.
So stupid. Like I couldn't even tell my friends, oh my God, I got scammed because in retrospect, the scam was
actually got scammed by somebody that like I still know. And I'm always just like, I don't know why like I don't know how you got away with this because I feel like he did it to so many of us and nobody said anything. And everyone just kind of moved on. And like, I'm always seeing these boys. Like last year, I invited me to his wedding and I thought, So I don't know. I just feel like the shame is why nobody says, because it's like, okay, in hindsight, this is so obvious and like we should all really know a lot better. But then in the moment, what did...
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's sad.
No, I've never found out that someone I met is like a completely different person.
Oh, no.
But I actually do know somebody who has found out that the person they're with is an actual scammer.
Oh, yeah.
And that was insane because we found out via the internet. Public, when somebody else reported them.
Even before we even get to scammer, finding out that someone was like, because you fair enough, everybody puts their best foot forward when they first meet someone. That's normal. But finding out that maybe the person is just different,
like just not who you thought.
Yeah,
it's very jarring. I'm always like. So I met someone and then found out he was a completely different age. And And I was just like,
tell me, please.
No, I'm not joking.
What was the age difference? Like, let's say he said he was X,
5
he was
years
Y.
down.
Stop now.
He told me he was 31. 26. I said,
first of all, what kind of life is he living?
That's why I was
Like,
like,
he looks so.
so let me tell you the problem. He was with older.
Oh, okay, fair. So what am I saying is we have a friend who
Yes. So I met him with like his actual friends who are just fundamentally older, and these bastards, they could not talk. To be fair,
maybe they assumed you knew. And
to be fair, when he started actually talking to me, it was not like in public. It was just like maybe we met today, randomly 2 months later, you just start messaging me. So it's not as if we're all standing together and everybody was like, oh, 2 of them are talking. And then I remember we went on one date, and then I remember saying to one of the other guys, like, oh, you know this guy now that I met with you guys, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, wow, I didn't think you'd go for like a guy like that. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, he's 26. I said, eh? He's what?
Did you have the reaction? Because
no, I did.
You had the reaction.
He literally said, okay. Oh, like, I didn't think like you would ever go for
like a younger
he was like, seen you guys. I said, oh, this your friend, like we went on a day, it was good. He was like, okay, like I didn't realize that you would go for, and I was like, what's wrong with him? Like, what do you mean? He was like, he's 26. I said, he's what? This is last year, so I was 31.
Damn.
I said, he's what? He was like, yeah, it's like it's a good 5 years.
Okay, do you think he was like, she's gonna fall in love? And once she falls
so my
in love,
problem was that it wasn't even like an assumed thing. He outrightly lied. How old are you? 31. And I was like, what?
Oh, right.
So for me, I now said to him, I said, let me tell you the problem. This is diabolical. It's actually witchcraft. No, that's what I said. He was like, it's not as serious. I said, let me tell you, it's diabolical for me to say, how old are you? You didn't like let me assume. You literally said a number. That was my own age, which I said outrightly. You just said, as in you are 30. You didn't say me too. That's what you wrote. It's here in writing. I sent him the screenshot. I circled it. I said, see. And he was just like, yeah, killing. I was like, don't fucking age is but a number, me, you lunatic. I said, that means you can kill me. Yes. Because for you to add 5 years.
Now that's crazy. That's crazy.
And the thing is, we didn't even know each other. And I was like, I'm sorry, this is so highly. Like,
I was like, the thinking
he now said he knew that I wouldn't go out with him if you said it. And I was like, well, yeah, more so because you're a diabolical liar. And like, the thing is, there was no, so we weren't talking about uni or anything. We literally went for drinks one time. I was not that serious. And, you know, he runs his own company. All these things that like, they don't add up to your age. So we are now gotten to, this is when I graduated from uni. Because all your friends that I know are my age mates. So every time we're talking about mutual friends, they're my age mates. And we've had like not that many conversations. We went out for drinks once. Okay now. And so it was, I don't know how to explain it to you, but I felt very deceived.
Yeah, no, but as you should feel.
And he was all, but you wouldn't have gone. And I was like, yeah, but it was my choice.
As you should feel. That was rubbish.
It's diabolical. Yeah, it's diabolical.
But my dear, don't mind.
Sorry, dear, don't mind who scams you. Don't be annoyed.
Hey, y'all. Hi, guys.
How you doing?
So MTN has something fantastic for you guys.
Haji.
Yes. If you're someone that loves like streaming, like heavy duty.
4K.
Yeah, like you're a gamer.
HD.
You like watching all your like shows.
People that test internet speed fast.
Yes. You listen to the podcast and you don't want to be
you don't want to be seeing things circling around on your screen.
Yes.
You want everything to load up and move quickly. Then what you need is MTN's 5G router.
Yes, you can get up to 1 gigabyte per second. Like, that is
111.
Like this. Boom. And you can play games, you can stream, you can do whatever you want. Like. But we personally suggest that you use it to listen to the greatest podcast on the planet.
On the planet.
Just
and it moves super quickly.
Yeah.
Once you just do like this, bam, you're in.
Yeah. Where can they find
you can get it at any MTN store or on the website.
unfit.mtn.ng.
Yes.
Happy streaming, happy listening,
streaming,
happy playing,
happy 5G.
happy watching, happy MTN. God bless Nigeria.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, I'm so happy we mentioned grownupicity because you guys are going to approach this episode with an air of seriousness. But for the first time or the second time, we're recording like double episodes back to back.
Yeah.
And my original idea for the first one that we did didn't come to pass, but it's going to come to pass now. And I've been thinking. Now, unlike Fakemi, who is a shallow thinker, I'm a deep
Okay.
thinker. Like I sit and I ruminate.
I just want you to know that this is the mind
I
that brought
studied
you
politics
childish pants.
I studied politics and philosophy. Did I do well in the degree? That's not important. What we all need to focus on is the fact that to some degree, I'm a thinker. And I have thoughts. And I wanted to talk to be honest, Fakemi is actually like smarter than me. I've never been shy about that. That's fine. She's an engineer. She's clever. She's, she runs a factory.
She's
well-versed. She's well-rounded in life. And I just feel like, yes, she's the one that can help me with some of my thoughts. So I'm going to have a series of questions that I've been ruminating. And I feel like because everybody else is also shallow, you're all shallow compared to me. Everybody. Every single person listening to this thing is shallow compared to me. Your minds are the depth of a Lagos pothole. Okay, not much is going on. Fine. Some of us have to carry the weight of the rest of the world.
Right.
Anyway, I went to get a wax today.
Okay.
Underarm only, get your mind out of the gutter. But
thanks so
it
much
then brought out some thoughts while I was there. And Ola, the babe who does my waxing, quite frankly, is fucking tired of me. So I did not bring this up to her.
Right.
I didn't want her to have to bear more weight than she already does. I don't think waxing people in delicate areas, you should be discussing. You should be thinking of a lot. You're already seeing too much
things, actually.
And then I thought to myself, who will I unburden?
Right. You're deep. Sure. Okay. Right. Thank God.
Because one of my best friends in the world.
Okay, thank you so much.
She has no option but to listen to me. We have a podcast.
Tough times.
We have a friendship group. So Fakemi, here's what I'm thinking. While I was getting waxed, I realized that strips matter.
Strips of wax?
The number of strips of wax, depending on what you use.
Right.
And it made me think. Waxing is like a flat rate. So you say armpits, say 3, 5, 9K, whatever. Is it sugar or Lycon? As you can see, I've done this quite. I'm very familiar.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank God.
And I started thinking to myself, this could be considered unfair.
How so?
You know when you do your nails?
I wish I didn't ask.
If you do plain nails, same price. If you do design,
different price.
Different price. Because what does that infer? Effort.
Yeah.
Resources.
Extra.
Yes. So I was wondering, do you think instead of a flat rate, waxing should be done based on surface area? What do I mean by this? If your armpit is big, you should not be paying
the same
as a small armpit lady. If your palm is fat.
Like if you have a big ass.
No. So this is why I said, see, these are the things. These are the people should be thinking deeply. For instance, some people have a big bum bum or a small palm.
So if
you do a Hollywood, there is more effort
than if but obviously if you do like a Brazilian.
Yes, but you have options. So you should be able to say,
do you know what
Brazil,
I think it should be?
Hollywood, small bum, big.
Okay, yeah.
Big.
So I think it should be like sectioned. I feel like it should be like
this is
Hollywood small, Hollywood medium, Hollywood large.
Yes. So basically, on my page,
I think there's a number of strips limit. Once we pass like 5 strips, then you're in the next section. Then once we pass 10,
you're in the next. I was thinking about this thing today, but Ola literally wanted to stab me, so I didn't want to mention like anything. I didn't want to say anything.
I feel like this should be a thing, but then I don't know. I feel like some people are like wax heavy.
How do you mean?
Like the people the boom tech. Why didn't I just say wax check?
Because you've been influenced by me.
I feel like the boom tech might now decide that she's going to use extra strips on you to get you into the large.
Yes, because I want to cheat you, Abby. But I was just randomly thinking about this.
That's really my challenge because, like, if it's 10 strips and you're medium.
But do you think women are crazy enough to now like use that as bragging rights.
But people do that all the time.
No,
there's such a thing as a fat pussy. They say it all the time.
Yes, but now you have proof.
Okay, because of your strips.
Because of your strips. So you be like, oh,
everybody's saying to a man that use 25 strips.
Not women, but other women. So let's say
okay,
like,
but no, I
it's me and Faye Kemi. No, hold on, like me and Faye Kemi coming, and I'm like, oh, Faye Kemi, like, oh, that is expensive. It's 20K, and then
me, I'm like, no,
really,
no,
I paid 17, and I say, oh, you know, you have a small pump. These are the thoughts.
Oh my God,
that go through my mind. On just like a random day, right? I really
and
do
you
think...
spend time thinking. Can I ask you why all your thoughts are in this region? Because the last time you asked me a question like this was about the childish pants. Why are you always thinking about pants? All these things that have to do with...
It's just what I feel comfortable to share with you.
Okay, you have other
You
thoughts.
are corrupt. So I
because
can share.
You don't have any thought about inner garment concerning bra, shimi? No.
Because there's nothing like... What are you going to say like... Where I know that this sounds stupid, but I actually just genuinely thought about it that, oh, imagine if I go here and Olana say, auntie, no, we have to charge you more.
But to be fair, I feel like there'll be a way that you're waxing and you're like, we're literally on 30 strips.
Yeah, it's a lot of work going on here.
We need to charge you extra for like, more. This is a lot of cardio.
But they can't do that. I just thought about that really randomly.
I feel like they might have to.
What, strip the...
Especially if you're like, I don't know, your hair is like ingrown.
No, because if you know, so let me tell you something. If your hairs are ingrown, they do the wax, that's normal. Now, if you want them to do with ingrown hairs, then you're getting a vajacial.
No, really. Some people just do it regardless. No. Like if you have a few ingrown.
A few.
Have you ever gotten a vajacial or like a steam thing? I hate to say that I did it before I went on one holiday.
That's a personal information.
Okay. All the other things we're talking about, they are not personal.
It was not your own.
Okay, have you ever gotten
it? It was a general own.
Okay, have you ever done the steaming?
No, I'm laughing. Because I remember when I first asked what is a vajacial, they now brought out the thing that they will use.
And I was like,
it's
kilo far.
You guys,
it's
literally the
like
most Yoruba.
Inside a crock pot.
And the most Yoruba girl in the world. I said, why did you bring a machine? What's that machine?
It's honestly
why do you bring a machine?
Honestly, you feel like Christmas as in meat. That's how you feel.
Like
because
steam.
You're literally being cooked.
She said that they have to open up your pores and then pick out.
So let me tell you my problem. I did it. I did the steaming. I went on holiday and I was like, the thing is, so I didn't say that I did it because I was waiting for like phenomenal reviews. And it was just the same review as...
He said, nice doing business as usual.
So after a while, I said, come, bros. It's like you're not sensitive to things. Because what would I do? 1 hour steaming. Then you don't... I said, This is not what the lady told me. She said, oh my God, people come, their husbands are just like, oh my God.
No, I
So, 1 time, 2 times, I said, it's like you're not sensitive to things. Because what? He said, okay, when?
No, but I really think that this is something that I would like to hear from people who own beauty treatments.
Yeah, and this fool was like, I'm normally clean now, so...
Or join.
Like, I don't know. Is it like perfume? I said, what?
Did you ever think, anyway, we're going to have a gynecologist on very soon, and that's like a different conversation, so I'm not going to ask the question I need to ask.
Well,
but
I think you should ask it regardless.
No, like, you know, like when you're younger, there were all these weird things that, like, I think there were
like things like your ears that like
no, not that. Like, you know, like teenage boys are usually perverts, right? I remember how one time I overheard some boys discussing my secondary school, like, what's the correct color of a nipple?
Oh my God, that's such a strange and nasty discussion.
Yeah, I know. But they were having this discussion like really seriously.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what's the right color of a nipple? And like, because we were in secondary school.
Yeah.
So like the point was to show that they have experience.
Yeah, they've seen different things. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, if she's lighter skin, it'll be lighter.
That's not a thing. They're just
girl,
different. That's
rubbish,
not a thing.
Rubbish. And I was not saying that, it was, quite frankly, I shouldn't have listened to this entire conversation because I promise you, for years and years, this was not my concern. Many years, this was not my concern. But I think that I remember realizing like that's where you get like insecurities. Yeah. It's like when boys who have only like watched porn.
Yeah, because like you don't have a real grasp of.
And you're coming to like show off.
Precisely.
For other
and
boys.
To be fair, that's why sometimes I always say it. I'm like, I feel like friends should talk about certain things more.
Yeah.
Not because of like bragging or like talking about experiences, just so that you know other things that exist.
This is how I realized that there was nothing wrong with me when I realized that all women, if you're healthy, like where your vagina sits, like your panties will change color.
Yeah, over time, because it's just your pH is different, especially if you have cotton.
And this is how you know you're normal. This is the problem. I was very immature, so as a teenager, my thought process was, I'm a mutant. I swear to you guys,
secreting.
I was like, my powers are going to come any day. Any day now. Maybe I'm going to shoot fire from my pum. Because clearly. So obviously, other normal people who had people talk to, I just would say, this is a shit color. So well, maybe is it fire? Is it acid?
I can't lie, there was this whole time that I thought it was acid.
I thought it was something
before
wrong
I
with
like
me.
Decided to read. I thought it was acid and I was like, this is insane. What is going, like, honestly, but...
Did you ever think you could fly?
Yeah.
I thought I just had to make the effort.
Sure.
No, you guys don't understand.
So I watched Matilda and I was convinced that I could like move things.
Okay,
so I was doing like this.
My own was like, I would go and I stood outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would bend my knees, Superman way,
to like lift off.
And I felt like, okay, innately something's going to do jump my body.
And then you just...
And I just... So I was 1 hour... They're bending.
Let me know, like, I always thought I could move things because, like, what will happen is, like, and it was always very stupid. Maybe, like there's wind and, like, obviously, like, the net of the door or something is moving. And I'll just be, like, looking at it. Then I'll just sit the see. And then I'll move to, wow. But, like, I was convinced it was only, like, small things. But I tried to move my sister. The shit did not move.
She didn't move. Fair enough. I have another question before we end.
Okay.
How long should lips touch before a tongue gets involved? Or this is a weird interaction? Don't you think of something? You like him, he likes you.
Okay.
But you want to... Now, how many seconds before you decide? Like, do you know? Have you guys ever had this thing? I know that all of
the truth.
It's not me. First of all, guys,
can I actually just tell you the truth?
Because
upon thinking about this very well, I feel like if you have time to consider this, you two of you are not serious.
No,
so we don't like yourselves like that.
Let me explain something. Do you know something? Have you ever been?
Okay, go on. I want you to say the rubbish you want to say.
Where, like, it's
I have
clear.
not.
It's clear there is some level of affection here. Okay. You've graduated from pecs.
Why were you?
Well, you didn't discuss it. So now you don't normally like, good night.
Why were you pecking?
No, not like good night.
So somehow.
No, like you pecked before.
At your big age.
Wait now. First of all, just because we're elderly doesn't mean we should rush into sexual activity. If you get me.
Yeah, but are you telling me that in your life?
Don't be embarrassed.
Are you telling me that in your own life? Shut up. In your own life now, as your dad says, pistols.
Just because we're spinsters.
What I want to say is, are you telling me that in your life, at your big age, you've met someone and you people first started pecking?
Yes.
For like 1 week.
1,000,000%.
As in you were pecking each other.
It was a sensual peck.
Like on the cheek. Yes. Or like on the...
God has to forgive me. I'm so sorry. The brain he gave me.
I'm so sorry.
To solve real life problems.
Let me tell you, I think if a grown man...
No, let me explain. I'm going to find it.
Unless it's on the forehead, which
you haven't allowed me explain things. I mean, man never pecked you and you got rashes.
No.
Okay.
Because, like, why are you reading with diseases?
I'm just asking because a lot of women will say, "Oh, I have rashes on my forehead, girl.
That's not why.
I can tell you why. I can tell you why.
No.
And he is staring at you right now.
And a nice forehead kiss is cute. Apart from that, why are you pecking me?
Let me
My
explain.
baby.
Okay, so you guys have a good rapport.
Okay.
Okay, and you're not sure if.
Okay, you're not sure if it's like that, right?
Yes. So, for instance, like, can you imagine if you didn't like him and then he just hello?
Okay, but if I don't like you, you can't even get to kiss
to
me.
knock on the door of your mouth.
Can I just say that if I don't like you, you can't reach my face for the kiss. My hand
That's what you said that day. What if you are shy? Look, you guys,
my hand would have. Has someone ever like thought that this was the moment and tried to kiss you and you're like,
I said, hey,
oh. Literally, my hand first moved. And so the brief interaction was that his head was in my hand. And I was like, eh? He now had to move back.
Oh, no.
He now said, oh, did I miscalculate that? I said,
what did you say?
I said, why? When did you calculate it? Like, I now had to ask that. Sorry, when was the moment you got the vibe?
You know what makes me laugh? Is that a lot of times, like, you hope that you're on the same wavelength. But actually, very recently, a friend of ours told us that she had to ask the guy, like, how far? Like,
what's going on?
What's going on? Like, let's
know if you're doing or you're not
let's
doing.
get this shot on and popping, bro. What's going on? And I had to ask because, do you know, I try to imagine if somebody, like, you are going in for a closed mouth kiss on the lips. But
maybe I'm actually
they have
somehow, but I feel like
exerted their tongue like an agama lizard.
Again, can I just say, I feel like closed mouth kisses are like after
to peruse your lips.
No, I feel like they're like in between moments because I've already.
Do you know what, Fakemi? Do you know what? Fine. Do you know something I'm not about you? You're corrupt. I said before you're corrupt.
I'm just saying, but I can't imagine like the first.
I know
kiss
there are a few young
like
ladies here who are going to say that they were going in for what was not supposed to be a tongue kiss, and the man's tongue was knocking on the door.
I just feel like
of their lips.
If we're kissing, let's know what we're doing.
Somebody ever use their tongue to knock on the door of your lips?
Are you crazy?
I'm just kidding. Well, friends, nobody's listening. Just a few 100,000 people. There are not many. There are not many. Nobody. If you just did.
Let me not lie to you. The thing is, as you're seeing us here, I don't do well in like situations that are supposed to be intimate where people do stupid things.
What do you mean?
I start screaming of laughter.
Like how?
I would actually, like, I would be crying of laughter if that's what somebody did. Like if I like saw your tongue coming out.
So you open your eyes when you're
before
kissing?
You approach me. No, but you know what I mean.
I don't know. You're corrupt, so I don't know. It's you that will tell me. Have you ever? Okay, actually,
fine.
We're really exposing our business here.
So. It's really crazy.
Have your eyes ever been open? And then the person.
Why are you holding your eyes?
And now the
why are you kissing? That's really weird for
the two of you are there
looking. No.
Fucking arrow back.
Like, why the hell are your eyes? Are you crazy?
Like somebody has to ask that.
What are you looking at?
Why are you open?
What are you looking at?
I don't know what made it weird. His eyes are now roving. So the eye was.
He was considering. And
I was
considering.
All I kept thinking was that this boy is a Yahoo, but you wondering if police is going to bust in.
I would honestly think there's somebody else that you're looking for that might bust in
and hold both our.
I'm telling you, one bit.
Yes.
No, I don't open my eyes. That's not my business.
I just feel like this question is important because, but actually, I'm being serious. Okay, fine, maybe not like.
But I feel like sometimes you have.
Have you ever thought it was going to be a peck and I thought it was a kiss?
No, because I don't know, Jola. I just feel like, why am I pecking you? I'm so sorry.
Because you're corrupt.
I feel like
people.
Let me not lie to you.
Steps.
I feel like I only peck you after we've already kissed, and it's like light, like just a light one.
You know what you sound like?
Not like the
you know
first
what you sound like?
Kiss.
Say
is a peck.
So
I don't know that I would take you.
After you've paused pieces out of your mouth. Now you want to play.
Yes, because like there are moments that, as in, it's not that serious. Like quick ones.
It's serious.
What I'm saying is like you enter the car, banter. You have banter
with saliva.
Quick kiss, no, quick peck. But like for me to be comfortable enough for the quick peck to happen, we have to already have kissed. You're not getting
You're
me.
very corrupt.
You're not getting
I've said anything like 8 times.
My own is just, I just feel like if we're going to kiss, let's just know what to add in. Which one is all this graduation, chest pegs? Like, I don't like it.
I don't want asking that. Has anybody? I know that
Okay,
there are
not
ladies
me. What
that
about
want-
you? Have you done that?
What?
Pecked up and down.
I don't like that you're saying it up and down implies that I'm loose.
No, because the way you're saying that you're not corrupt, maybe you've pecked many people, then graduated to kissing a few. Is that your P?
As a spinster, I don't tell my business.
No, but you know, thinking about it, I've actually had to ask somebody like, what's the scope of work before? Those are my literal words.
How do you mean?
I definitely listened to this podcast. I literally said, this thing that we're doing, what's the scope of the project?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
What's the scope of work? Because I'm not always clear.
Yeah.
Your responsibilities, your roles.
I just think the problem.
They're my responsibilities,
You know
my
what?
roles. Let's just know
note it down.
everybody's roles and responsibilities, expectations, scope of work.
I just wanted to ask this question because I think generally there's like a Disney type.
Yeah,
idea.
but what I think you should, I don't know about this peg thing, then maybe I'm whatever.
You're
What I
corrupt.
think
You're
is
corrupt.
that sometimes you're not going in for like a deep, it's just like a light kiss. And
When
I'm
you
like,
say deep kiss,
you
what
are
does that
doing-
involve? More
I'm
than
just saying that, like, as in the kiss is we're supposed to kiss and end. Why are you still you're now holding me? This is plenty things, this is too much. Hey, excuse me. Hey, stop that.
No, if you hold me, I'm not going to be Olapa. I will call.
Do you know what I mean?
I will call the cops.
Okay,
on
actually,
you.
this is a lot for this current situation.
I'll call the police.
You need to move back.
I'll call the police.
You move back.
The time that somebody tried to kiss
Zoom
me
out.
outside my father's house, and I had to let him know there's no pole in this compound.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not the kind of person you can try.
And those men are
kiss
very unhappy. They will shoot.
and think that you're going to get away with it. It's just not. To be fair, I've been on a
Take him
date
his
before,
line.
and I knew that the guy was going to try and go in for a good night kiss, and I kept moving back, leaning back.
And my friend told me that once she ended up holding the door of the car because he was like, so it was almost like, like, because normally these things happen really fast.
Yeah,
But he was almost like moving in slow motion, but he didn't grab that. As she's not moving towards you, that means
she doesn't
she's not-
want.
So he just thought maybe she was trying to. So when she asked him like what's going on, he said, "Oh, she thought she's trying to warm up to because she's a bit shy." So she ended up like holding the door, and she just started laughing because she was like, "You look crazy," because he just kept.
I just feel
I
like
didn't know. She said that he was such a good sport that she gave him another chance and decided dating because she just felt like she said he was
anybody
just like
that can cope
because
with
his
this.
whole thing was that no, like he had gauged that.
You know, they always do all that 80-20 lamb. If I come,
No,
it's
so his whole
now.
thing was that she's actually, and he's not lying, she's shy, she's a bit quiet, and she's a bit quite reserved. So you just assume like eventually,
This one's shy.
he just like eventually she's going to rise to the occasion.
And come to him.
But she was like, yeah, actually, what's the name of that thing in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what happens is both of us are leaning over the gear. Your thigh, because you are leaning so far,
He's like,
on the it's on the you are pushing me outside.
no, it's too awkward.
And she felt bad. But I just said, why didn't you just come? I said no, because she was still buckled.
She was trapped.
She was trapped. But yeah, I just felt like I should ask this in person because there's a lot of things that people ask. Things like surface area of waxing.
Yeah, and I also feel
And
like a lot of situations are just less romantic.
Tongue knocking.
than-
Let's call it, do you know
Yeah,
what?
it's supposed
Let's call
to
it
be.
tongue knocking.
Why are your tongues knocking? Like what is
It's not two
happening?
tongues knocking. It's one
Are
tongue.
you? Why
it's tongue
are
lip.
you fighting?
It's a tongue and a lip.
Why is the tongue?
So for instance, you might need prompting to open your mouth.
so the tongue should be licking your lip.
No, it's not licking, it's knocking. It's tap, it's like tap. Madam, open the door.
Okay, I think you're insane, and like that's just the end of that. There's nothing
Yeah.
more.
I sent someone
say.
a message, and when they call me back, said, "Well, I must have like a serious comment. I just want you, very normal tone. I just want you to know you're insane." Anyway, let's continue. And I didn't feel any way about it really.
I
but
don't. I think it's
what
fine.
it taught me was that I can only open up to people like fake Kemi
But
that are corrupt
I like people who are able to, cope with like the breath.
of our thoughts.
That's just it. That's
Yeah.
just it. I just feel like, we can't be limited.
What's the weirdest thing you've done, like just randomly that you think made someone think, no, I can't cope?
I'm not sure. There'll be a lot because people always think that I'm like more serious than I am. Especially men. I find it so funny.
Men think you're serious.
Not serious, but just like...
They think you're more serious than you
like
are.
more like... They just don't... I don't know how to explain it.
What people have done stupid things?
Very crazy things.
I remember one time, he was showing, like, when men try to force, like, slightly sexual conversation, and I wasn't having it because I wasn't attracted to him. And I thought, okay, I need to turn this man off me completely. And so we were on a patch of road that's not that great. There were potholes. When they pop, I said, ooh, frisky. Ah! You guys, I swear, he dropped and he never spoke to me again.
That is insane.
Like, he literally went in a deep pause and I said, ooh, frisky.
That is completely
because I let this man not to talk to me again. Ah! He kept on like that. So let's give an example.
I know exactly how.
No, let me explain. No, you guys
that is talking to me too much.
You guys think I'm being crazy. Let me give an example. Let's say Fake and me were like on the expressway and we're trying to make small talk and you just say, oh, the jerseys. And I'm like, oh, like I really like yeah, a friend gave it to me. And I said, friend Abby, like me.
So it's
literally every single thing he tried to like make it like a flirty or sexual thing. I was like, actually, I can't cope. So I had to find a way.
It's always really bad when you can't, like, they can't read the room.
Yeah, it was just
like
weird.
You don't realize there's no vibe.
I'm sure he thinks I'm batshit, but that's fine by me.
I think that's okay.
That's
you
fine
are a bit anyway.
Just a little bit.
So
just
like,
a little bit.
Fine. It's fine.
Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, do you know what you enjoy more? Our live show.
You will. So, do come.
Yes.
See you there. Buy tickets for people who live in London, Dublin, Manchester.
Yes, fantastic. It's going to be such a great time. We're going to have so much time. More importantly, if you are a company with money,
please send it to us. Send it to us. That's
if you want to work with. Let me tell you something I've realized. A lot of people like send. They don't realize
that you can just like
send us a message and then I don't have to say that's only somehow. They have an idea, and Debbie and I will be like, no, how about this idea?
Yeah,
and 10 times out of 10,
better than
they're like, actually, you guys.
Our idea is better.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you the thing. We know what to do.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. If you want to work with us, just message us. If you have money, more importantly. If you don't have money, hold on for next time. Once we're doing charity, you can come. Then you come in. For now.
Yeah. If you're a company that you think I said what I said's audience, you want to talk to them.
You want to talk to them.
And you're trying to figure it out.
You're trying to
come and talk to
reach the people that listen to us. Come and talk to us.
You may not even have the idea. It's fine. We have many things.
Listen, I promise you, we know what to do.
We know what to do.
Come and talk to us. Because we know what the audience is after. And so if you reach out, we'll sort you out.
And you'll be happy.
Don't worry, loves.
All right, guys, this has been fantastic. You know what to do.
And love.
Like, subscribe, share.
All those many ones.
Comment and talk to your wax lady.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Peace out.
Goodbye.
Bye. Hello, boys and girls.
No hello.
Okay.
No hello for them. Okay. This is not for
boys and girls only.
Boys and girls. I want to ask you a simple question.
Very simple.
Why are 40-something% of you that watch this thing not subscribed?
Very good.
Is it fair?
Very good.
Is it
other people's channels that you don't listen to every week, you subscribe to them?
Free
Look at what we do for you.
Do you pay? You come here, we make fools of ourselves every week.
Having a great time. Subscribe early. I don't understand it.
Why would you do that?
Is it right?
No. In case you don't know, no. It's not right. Okay? So now, you see that button. Nobody will beat you. Okay, do you know what? You can even cover.
Do it in a shy,
do it in a shy
mysterious way.
So nobody will.
Just, oh my God.
Click on the subscribe.
Oh my God.
That's all. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.